Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining us on ETV as Eagan girls flag football has their first and only home game of the season. There's 51 teams in the league, and girls flag football has grown and is booming across the country. This historic season would not be possible without the Minnesota Vikings. We abide by the Minnesota High School Girls Flag League rulebook. Spectators are expected to use appropriate language and refrain from negative behavior like booing, trash talk, or disrespectful comments. No one other than the official team may enter the playing surface or interfere with the contest. Signs and banners are permitted if in good taste and do not obstruct view. Have fun, but be respectful of the athletes, refs, coaches on the field. Eagan will be taking on Eastview in the first game. Had one game so far this season. They lost that first one.
Captains Abigail McGowan and Courtney Bumpers for the coin toss here. Eagan will be playing the Eastview Lightning today for the first game, and then Rosemont for the second game at 5 o'clock.
Here will be your Eagan Wildcats against the Lightning from Eastview. On the far field will be the Apple Valley Eagles as well as the Rosemont Irish.
There will be a 10-minute intermission between games, so the players have some time to refuel and get ready for second game of the night.
I'm excited, Ray. I don't know about you, but, you know, being able to call the first ever women's flag football game for Eagan is such an honor and such a blessing. It'll be fun to watch these girls battle it out. It should be a good one.
Yep. Yeah, and just thank you again to the Minnesota Vikings for making this happen. Yeah. It's a very nice day out here, 79 degrees, barely any wind. A little, not too humid, but perfect day for football out here.
Absolutely.
For announcing purposes, we will be covering the Eagan Wildcat versus Eastview Lightning match on the close field.
We'll see how these girls handle the sun. It is pretty bright outside. Going east to west, there is a good glare in their eyes, so we'll see if the wide receivers can, you know, hold on to that ball when they can't really see it. You know, got to trust your hands a lot there. So
yeah,
this will be a tough one here.
Eastview is on the offense.
Eastview is going to start on offense after winning the coin toss. Their quarterback is Abby Thiel Mosher. She's going to take the snap here. She'll drop back, and there's going to be a stoppage in play.
Maybe the ref wasn't ready. We're not sure here.
This will happen. First game.
Yeah, just getting the jitters out. A little nervous. That's okay. That means you care.
She drops back. She hits the center. Ooh. That's number 23. That is Maya Mall. And excuse me, the quarterback for Eastview is number 10, Lacey Kuznire Dancer. They get about a 10-yard pickup there.
Yeah, not a bad play to start the game.
No. Oh, she's throwing it long here. Oh, just overshot. That was number 6, Applegate. Just overshot her a little bit.
That's good defense by number 8, Mia Becker. Stay with her. Eastview go with this little short game. Maybe, you know, they go back to the short game here as it did work out on the first play.
Yep. It's interesting to see him take a deep shot like that this early. Means they're going to be aggressive. We'll see how Egan's defense can handle that. Here's third down. Dancer going up. She's going to find Maul once again.
Pass completed to the 20-yard line.
Already 2 completions to Maya Maul, who is center as well as apparently a good wide receiver.
1st and 10.
And that was a first down for Eastview. Oh, getting a big blitz here from Heil.
Quarterback keep for
I don't think Eastview was ready for it, you know?
No.
You know, normally when you get a blitz there, you go to the check down, but she decided to run it. You know, got a few yards, so good play by the quarterback there.
Yeah. Yeah, nice blitz. Nice blitz, though. There's a drop back. She's going to... Oop. She found her, but she was out of bounds.
Pass out of bounds.
That was Schaefer on the catch.
Just lost herself a little bit there. You know, that'll come with experience, though. As these fields are quite narrow. So we'll see how that affects both these offenses in this game.
Another third down here for Eastview.
I'm sure Eagan would love a stop to start the game. That would be, you know, a good start for them.
Yep. Looks like Dancer called a little bit of an audible there. Got a fake reverse. Ooh, good defense there, and they're going to break up that pass deep. They were looking for the end zone there, but just couldn't do it. It's now a 4th down for Eastview. It's about 15 yards to go. See what they draw up here, because they've already taken a couple deep shots so far. Here's Dancer on the drop back. They're getting blitzed. Deep throw, end zone. Oh, wow, what a catch.
One-handed pass caught by Eastview.
That was Applegate. Marin Applegate, what a catch there. What a throw and catch. That was impressive.
I believe that was Broad Jaw Torrey, number 5 there. And as you see on the replay here, you know, just throw it deep. On a 4th down, you know, there's nothing wrong with throwing it deep. It's like a punt if they pick it off. So that's a smart play by the quarterback. And Torrey just got up there and just snatched it from.
Here's Eastview for 2. Good blitz there, puts pressure on. Oh, and she is going. They're going to get the extra point there. So Eastview takes the lead 7-0 over Eagan.
That was a good move. A little bit of a hezzy by Samantha Schaefer there to get in. Had one girl to beat, did it. Let's see if the Eagan offense can respond here.
Yeah, this could be a high-scoring game if first drive tells anything. As you see on the replay there, just a nice juke there from Schaefer. So now Egan's going to take possession of it. They're led by quarterback Piper Larson. She's going to get blitzed right away.
Pass falls incomplete.
They're going to call that an incompletion. Flag was taken there, but it was after the ball was released.
One thing about Piper, she throws a tight spiral. It's really impressive. She played for the sophomore boys Eagan team this year, and you know was very impressive when dropping back and throwing a pass.
Yeah. See if that gives them an advantage here today. She's going to get blitzed again. Nice throw there, just a little above her head. She wanted to hit McKenna Becker there. McKenna Becker.
The Wildcats to the 5-yard line.
ECU was really aggressive to start, and I think that's honestly a smart play. You know, it's the first drive. You know, you don't want Egan to settle in and set up their offense there.
Yep, back-to-back blitzes to start for Eastview's defense.
And Egan offensively, they run a little tighter formation than Eastview. We'll see maybe a couple corner out routes by these wide receivers here.
Here's Larson. She gets blitzed once again. Oh!
Pass falls incomplete, 4th down.
Almost had Jensen there, but just couldn't complete the pass. Now that's a good throw, but
again, a third blitz from Eastview here. Piper does a good job escaping it. Could have led maybe the wide receiver a little bit more, but you know, it's tough when you're under pressure like that.
Yeah.
And now Eastview is back on offense here.
Ball placed on the 45-yard line. It'll be first down for the Eastview Lightning.
So here's Eastview from the 45. They're going to get a little reverse action here. Schaefer's got it. She makes a nice run there.
Handoff advances the
We saw
ball
them fake
up
that
to
jet sweep on their
34-yard
first
line.
drive, and this time they actually give it to her. A little deception here from Eastview.
You see that in the NFL a lot nowadays. The little pre-snap motion, you know, you got to guess, are they going to hand it off or are they going to keep it? And, you know, with that pre-snap motion, they get a good, they get to build up speed there. So it's a really tough play for the
Here's
defense.
Dancer looking deep. She's going to throw it wide open. That's going to be another touchdown for Eastview.
Another touchdown.
Just a little defensive misread there. I guess they didn't see the girl on the far left streaming down there.
Yeah. That was number 9, Sari
1
Cords
point
with the
conversion
touchdown.
for the Lightning.
She just burned her defender there, and Piper found her.
And way to stay composed. Sometimes when you're wide open, it's even harder to catch it.
Yeah, nice throw there from Dancer for a wide open Sari Cords, and here's the extra point. Dancer's gonna look. Oh, she had Schaefer
Pass
short.
ball is
Just
incomplete.
threw the
No
pass a
good.
little low. Eastview's gonna go up 13-0 here over Eagan. We'll see if Eagan can capitalize or, you know, start capitalizing on Eastview's aggressive defense. Maybe just find some
First down.
open receivers here.
I wonder what head coach Carl made adjustments to the offense.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do here.
Ooh, nice play there. Just a quick pass. She finds number 11, McKenna Becker.
And that's what you got to do when you're facing the blitz, is just get it out right away and, you know, get some rack, you know, some yards after catch there.
Yeah. And Coach Carl, he's a JV football coach as well. So
Offensive line coach for
yeah.
Eagan. Great guy.
He knows his stuff, and we'll see if he can lead him to victory here.
And he's played a massive part in setting this whole team up. It's, you know, it's an honor, you know, for him to be at our school. And let's see what the Eagan can do here on second down. That's, you know, probably their best play so far on first down.
Yeah. Running 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Larson takes the snap. And they're just going to hand it off right there. It's a jet sweep that Eastview just did. That was number 12, Madeline Jensen. It's a nice run right there. She showed her speed off on that one.
You know, when your offense is struggling, you just got to go to the simple plays. And, you know, a little jet sweep handoff, it's pretty simple. You know, it gets the yards.
So back-to-back good gains for Eagan. I'll get them a first down here.
And ECU is still staying aggressive here, still blitzing.
Yeah. We'll see if they're going to change it up now that Eagan's gotten a couple big plays. Larson takes the snap. Ooh, another quick pass there. She finds number 20, Lillian Herzog. It's a little 5-yard gain there.
I really like what I'm seeing from the Eagan offense. Way to respond.
Yep.
Way to just get a couple checkdowns. You know, don't be greedy.
Yeah.
Don't go deep. You know, you got the quarterback and the wide receiver to, you know, just drop off some easy passes.
Looks like 2 different game plans from the offenses. Eastview likes to go deep, and it looks like Eagan likes to throw short a little bit. Here's Larson. Ooh, what a pass. That was a beautiful pass to Courtney Bumpers.
There is a flag on the field.
And it looks like this one's coming back.
Yeah. Possibly a false start here.
See what the ref's decision is here. And it looks like they're going to remove the flag here, so Eagan's touchdown will stand.
I believe they call it on Eastview here. Don't really know the call, but Eagan, they'll take it.
Yeah. And on that touchdown, that was a beautiful throw by Piper Larson. That was just a shot. That was beautiful.
That's a tight window, and she fit it right in there.
Yep. A nice catch by Bumpers there, and nice run after the catch. So here's Eagan for the extra point. He's going to quickly find Eva Rice. She's going to get in. So Eagan answers back with a touchdown of their own. Score is now 13-7.
You know, and I talked about Carl's adjustments on offense. Let's see what Coach Stacy does here for the defense.
Yeah.
He is the varsity defensive back coach.
Yeah, so hopefully you can implement some of those strategies that he used this season. And hopefully you can help these girls out.
That was a great play by Eva Rice there on the last, reach out for it. Reach for the goal line as she, might end up being short.
Yeah, so here's Dancer. She's looking around. Oh, that was a nice throw right there. I think she hits Schaefer. Schaefer really went up for that ball right there. Came down with it and then got a few yards after the catch. So
I don't think the ECU quarterback caught it, but there was another girl wide open down the field, down that far left side. So the safeties might got to take a couple steps back here.
Yeah, nice catch there. Just really goes up and gets it and then comes down, is able to get a few more after the catch. There's Dancer dropping back. She's getting blitzed. Another deep throw here. This one's caught as well. That was number 5. Brajatori.
And they're going to call that a touchdown.
So another deep touchdown for Eastview. They're just rolling on offense right now. We'll see if Eagan can do anything to stop them.
If I'm the Eagan defense right now, I'd probably blitz a little bit more and put some more pressure on the quarterback so she doesn't have time to drop back and throw it deep.
Yeah. Dancer's made a few very good deep throws, and here she's looking to make another one. Oh, wow. That's a nice catch right there as she gets in. That was Tori once again, so she gets all 7 points on that drive. Yeah, that's a great catch right there. Just really threw it up. Dancer's doing a really good job just letting her receivers do the work and just putting the ball where, just around them, and it's working out. Yeah, so what a catch there.
That was a good contested catch.
Yeah.
As Caitlin Moon on Eagan was there in position, it was just a better catch.
Yep. Here's Eagan back on offense now. Larson, he's trying to find Herzog on that one, just overshot her a little bit.
Another blitz from ECU, really aggressive here. Let's see if Eagan can just get a couple short passes down and move the chains.
Yep. Yeah, nice possession on that last drive for Eagan. See if they can replicate that here. There's Larson getting blitzed once again. Oh, and she's going to run for it. They're going to call that. Yeah, so she got about 4 there. Way to evade that blitz, though. At least she got a couple out of it rather than a loss. So it's 3rd down here for Eagan. Going to have to get a few yards here for the first. Let's see what Carl's drawing up. Going to run 2 to the right and 1 to the left. Seen that a lot so far. Larson drops back. She's looking deep. Oh, tries to hit bumpers. Just a little far on the throw.
No, but if you're Eagan, you like that. That's a play you make probably 9 times out of 10. Just wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was a little unfortunate for Eagan.
Yeah, just snuck past her a little bit. Yeah, it's a good throw. It's a good route, but just, it didn't work out there for Eagan. But we're going to start needing those passes to complete if we want to catch up to Eastview's offense, because they're looking really good right now. Here's Dancer. She's going to find, that's number 23. That's Maya Mall. She's had a big game so far. And Eastview just continues to roll on offense. It doesn't look like they're having any problems with Eagan's defense here.
23, Maya Mall. 29-yard line.
Yeah, just grabs that right away. That was Melskog on defense, and she just kind of took it right over her. There's Schaefer. I think they're going to call that pass. So she caught it, and then she stepped out. A few yards there for Eastview. Haven't seen that a whole lot, just those quick throws, but let me mix it up a little bit here. I think they might try to take a long shot here.
Yep.
We got a receiver spread way out to the left. Dancer's going to hit. She's going to throw it all the way right, and that's another touchdown for Eastview. That was number 5, Tori, on the catch.
I believe that's her 3rd touchdown of this game.
Yeah, she's having a good game right now.
A deep threat for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of a high snap there, but Dancer has no problem with it. She's just able to put it right over the defender, Melskog.
That's a great touch on that ball there.
They go for the extra point. Getting blitzed, and that's a good breakup right there. That was Melskog. Makes a good play there after getting beat on the last one. So Eastview is up 27-7 right now as Eagan retakes the field on offense. Eagan's yet to stop Eastview. Well, hopefully they can, start playing a little bit better defense here. Maybe guarding the receivers a little bit closer, so they can hopefully try to get back into this one. Here's Larson on the drop back. He's going to find Bumpers over the middle. Bumpers has stopped pretty quickly there. It's about 5 yards there on the play.
That's a good play by Piper Larson there. Just dump it off. Take what they give you.
Yeah. Don't need to do anything crazy here. Just move the ball up the field steadily. She's got a running back. Oh, little fake handoff there, and then a jet sweep. Here's Bumpers. She almost broke that all the way, but she gets stopped there. That's a good grab by Schaefer.
That was a good angle by Schaefer there to cut her off and grab that.
Yeah, I like that trickery by Eagan, though.
I do. Kind of reminds me of the boys team, little triple option there.
Yeah. Well, that is what you'll get when you have 2 of their coaches right out here. And a very tight formation here for Eagan. See what they drop out of this. Looks like it's going to be a lot of out routes. Oh, just slips through the hands of Becker there. That's a good throw. Maybe just not ready for that ball 100%, but
yeah, came in a little hot there.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be hard to haul those balls in sometimes when they're coming in that hot. It's going to be 4th down now for Eagan. Only a couple yards to go. Just need something short here, nothing crazy. Here's Larson. She's looking deep. Oh. That was Jensen that she was targeting there. Yeah, Larson's making good passes. They might just be a little too hot for these receivers to handle. Yeah. We'll see if Eagan can start making some adjustments on offense because, yeah, Eastview's just really been in control of this one the whole time.
But the offense doesn't matter if they can't get a stop on defense.
Yeah.
That's where they really got to tighten up here on defense.
Yeah.
They left their defense in a little unfortunate situation as they're already inside the 20 because that was a turnovers on down.
Here's Dancer. She's looking deep again. Oh, what a catch. Is that Odell Beckham out there?
Wow.
That
What
was
a
Ja
catch.
Torrey for, I believe, her 4th touchdown of the night. She hauled that in one-handed. That was a ridiculous catch from Braja Torrey. Yeah, nice throw there from Dancer, and oh my goodness. We were watching a masterclass out here.
That was Odell
Eastview.
Beckham if I've seen Odell Beckham before. That was a insane catch.
Here they are for the extra point. No good there, so Eagan stopped 2 extra points in a row, but Eastview has scored on every drive so far.
I mean, if you're Eagan defense, what are you even supposed to do there? I mean, that's kind of unguardable.
That was good defense. She just chucked it up, and Torrey made a play.
Yeah.
So here's Eagan. They're looking to get some points here. It's been a while for them. Here's Larson. Oh, slips through the hands of Jensen. So we'll see if they can start hauling in some of these passes. They're going to have to if they want to start getting back into this thing. Yeah, Eastview's offense looks unbeatable right now. That's, yeah, they look very, very good. Another tight formation here. They're going to do a little end around. Good defense there by Eastview as they're just able to stop bumpers from getting anything going there.
Flag on the field. See what happened there.
Maybe it's an issue with the flags or something.
A flag on Eastview there.
Eagan will advance a few yards on that one. Flag on Eastview.
I believe it's because 2 girls crossed the line of scrimmage there. And I believe if you're going to blitz, it's only 1.
Oh, little end around throw. Bumpers. That's going to be a touchdown for Eagan. What a play there. A little bit of trickery really helps out the Cats there. It was number 20, Herzog. She took the handoff, and she just found bumpers deep. Eastview didn't know what to do there on defense. See, there's Herzog with the ball. Nice throw deep to bumpers, and she's able to come down with it. And just no stopping her once she gets the ball.
Perfectly over the defender, too.
Yeah.
You don't really see that from a non-quarterback. But those plays are always fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are the type of plays Eagan needs if they want to get back into this. Here's the extra point. Larson, just overthrows Becker a little bit. So Eagan's cutting back into the lead a little bit. 33-13. Here's Eastview back on offense. They've yet to be stopped so far. So we'll see if Eagan can change anything on defense here, or if Eastview's just going to continue to roll.
I mean, if I'm Eagan, I'm probably double teaming Tori after that play.
Yeah, absolutely. After all the plays she's made today. Here's Dancer. She gets blitzed. Nice sack there. That was Deborah Oho. That's just a beautiful blitz. She dove to get the flag there. And those are the type of defensive plays we need. So Eagan's got a little bit of momentum here.
They pin Eastview on the 1-yard line. Let's see what they do. They blitz again here.
Dancer, quick throw. And intercepted. What a catch there. That was Caitlin Moon. She was looking for Tori again, but Moon just took it right out of the air. So let's see what Eagan can do now. They're going to be pretty close to the end zone.
Ball will be placed at the 46-yard line. It'll be first and goal for.
Yeah, Moon just reads that throw right there. That was the first misstep for Eastview on offense so far.
You know, they tried going to Tori again, a little safety valve, but Eagan was, they're on that and they jumped that. That was a great play.
If she's their favorite target, then cue in on her a bit, and I guess that's what they did there. We're going to have Becker in the backfield here. Larson's going to fake the handoff. She'll look around. She'll find Becker again. Becker makes a diving catch. That is going to be a touchdown there for Eagan. Nice throw and nice catch. Becker's able to grab that as she's falling down.
That's good focus by Becker there. And they're going to go for a 2-point conversion here, as the 1 point is only on the 5. They have 10 yards to go here to get to the end zone.
Yeah, so Eagan's rolling right now. They had scored a touchdown. Right away they got a pick, and they just scored another touchdown. And we'll see if they can get to 2 here.
Even if they don't win, it's still great momentum for the next game.
Yeah. So we're going to spread out the receivers here. Rice will go in motion. Larson getting blitzed, and I think that pass got tipped away there.
Conversion, no good.
Either way, Eagan still comes out with 6 points out of that drive, and it is a 2-score game now. So we'll see if they can make another big stop on defense here. Yeah, nice blitz there. Just pokes the ball away a little bit. That was enough to alter the direction of the pass. Here's Dancer. Trying not to have a repeat of last time. She'll find Mull there. Get a solid 10 yards on the play.
39-yard.
9 more yards to go for the first down.
Drops back. Rushed by Oho once again. Ooh, just missed it. It's going to be a wide open It's going to be a wide open maul right in the middle of the field, and she's going to get some yards after the catch there. So that'll be a first down for Eastview.
Got timeout Eastview here.
Yeah, it looks like Eagan they're kind of focused on the deep ball now after being scared on a few of those drives, so they just left the midfield open.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a good time to thank some of our sponsors. We mentioned the Vikings, the Eagan football boosters. Thank you for your support and donation to support girls flag football at Eagan High School. Your donation helped us purchase jersey shirts for our girls. Thank you so much to the booster clubs. And for Game 1, thank you for setting up our apparel shop and supporting our program with a percentage of sales coming back to the program. If you would like to purchase any Eagan girls flag football gear, do so on our Instagram page and click the link.
Yeah, none of this would be possible without our sponsors, so we appreciate them.
Yeah. That was kind of a surprising timeout from Eastview there because they have good momentum there, and that's going to be another pick. This is a duck thrown up into the air. That's going to be a great interception there. That was Macy Kruger on defense, so back-to-back picks for Eagan. And they're rolling right now. Eagan's looking really good. Started off the game slow, but these last couple drives on offense and defense have been very impressive.
I believe that was halftime of the game.
Yeah,
yep,
so we'll have
halftime.
a few-minute break here, and then we'll be back to get the rest of the action.
I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. And how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Hey, we should volunteer for this.
I wish I had time.
Scrolling all day, time can disappear. Wanna make it count, why not volunteer?
Posting pics of your food, that takes up time.
All right, so we are back. Second half here. Eagan's down 14, but they had a lot of momentum. And there's a deep ball. Wow. Bumpers with the catch on what a pass there by Piper Larson. I think Bumpers was stopped just short of the goal line. That was an amazing play right out of the half for Eagan.
That was great concentration by Courtney there. She's running backwards on this play and still ends up making the catch.
Yeah. Bumpers has had a great game so far. A lot of big plays for her.
Absolutely. I would say the star of Eagan so far.
They're going to run trips to the left here. Larson takes a snap. Oh, just throws it a little bit behind Becker there.
Pass deflected, falls incomplete. Second down and goal for the Wildcats.
Second and goal here for Eagan. Got a couple plays to, inch closer and closer to the goal, and hopefully they're only 3 yards out. Yeah, great end of the half there from Eagan. They scored 2 touchdowns and they had 2 interceptions. So both offense and defense, they were looking good.
A little pre-snap motion there.
Here's Larson. She's going to get blitzed, trying to find something open, and she's just going to throw it away back to the end zone.
That's a smart play by Piper Larson there. You know, nothing's there. You don't want to take the sack, but you also, you know, you don't want to throw a pick, so you just throw it out the back. That's a smart play.
Way to not get sacked there. So it's going to be 3rd down here. They just got a couple yards to go. Hopefully Larson can find something open.
The fans are buzzing right now. This is a big 3rd down for the Eagan Wildcats.
The,
see if they can capitalize.
The stadium's absolutely crazy right now. Here's Larson. They're going to run another tight formation. They've really liked doing this so far. No blitz. Late blitz. Oh! And she's going to throw an interception. She just tried to find Becker there, but just could not. And I don't know what the call was there.
Yeah,
it looked like the flag was taken. But that's going to be a pick 6. That's going to be the ruling on the field there.
Yeah, I think even she thought she was down.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but that's just a great play.
Yeah, that was Maya Mall on the pick 6. And she's had a good game on offense as well, so she's playing both sides today.
And that's just that just sucks all the momentum out of Eagan there. They were really good end of the half, really good first play to start, and then just a pick 6 is just not what you wanted to see.
Just trying to squeeze that ball in there. Didn't work out. Eastview's going to have a new quarterback in now. She'll have a good first play. That's number 6, Applegate. So we'll see if they use her as their second half quarterback. They used Dancer as their first half, and she had a very good half until the end where she threw those 2 interceptions. So maybe that was the reason for the change, or maybe the lead was the reason for the change. But
if you're Eagan here, I know you're down 21, but you really got to keep your head up and keep pushing.
Yeah, as we've seen, you can score touchdowns really fast here. There's been a couple of one-play drives. And it's going to be, a little double sweep. Bumpers is going to have it, and she'll step out around the 35. Egan's getting pretty tricky here with their play calling.
You know, when you're down 21, you know, you got to unload, you know, everything you got to them. And if that's a trick play, it's a trick play. You got to get yards however you can.
Yep. Those trick plays have been working, too. A lot of different motions, and it seems like every time we've been running those, you know, motions or end arounds or, you know, end around throws, it seems like they've all been working and we've got solid yardage out of it. So we'll see if they keep doing that. Here's Larson on the drop. Ooh. She just kind of threw it in the middle of 2 receivers, and it was just a little bit of miscommunication there. Ball just hits the ground.
It's a big 3rd down for Eagan again.
Yep.
They got 11 yards to the first down. And they got 2 plays to do it. So, you know, you don't have to get all 11 in one play.
We're going to run 3 to the right here. Here's Larson. She gets blitzed right away. Deep throw here. She was looking for Rice. Just threw it a little bit high there. It's going to be a turnover on downs for Eagan. Yeah, so the momentum just completely changed after the end of that first half. Eagan was on a roll, and then early second half, Eastview just took the momentum right back.
That's a good job by Eastview. You know, things weren't going their way, but they were still winning. They kept their head up, and, you know, they kept on playing aggressive, and you know, they got the results.
Yep, so quarterback Maren Applegate will stay in the game. It's going to be an incomplete first pass. A lot of contact there on the catch. No foul called, though.
Hopefully she's okay.
That was Grace Ratz who was targeted there. Here's Applegate, looking long. She's going to hit a wide open Maya Erickson. Eagan will swarm down there, but Erickson was very open on that catch.
Another miscommunication by the safeties of Eagan. Honestly, if I was a coach, I would make an adjustment. I would have my players start maybe 10 yards back more.
Yeah.
See the replay here. Applegate drops back.
It's a nice throw
Finds a streaking Erickson.
Yeah.
For about a 40-yard completion.
Yeah, so it looks like Eastview really just changed up their whole offensive personnel here. They're just going to run a little sweep. I'll get a couple yards out of it. That was Sophie Burwald on the sweep.
It'll be second down.
That's a good play by Macy Kruger there. They only got 2 yards out of that, and Eagan will take that.
Here's Applegate. Quick throw. Ooh, broken up. That's good defense there.
It'll be third down for the Lightning.
That could have been a pick 6 there.
Yeah.
As both Eagan girls wanted it, and they wanted that ball, but a little miscommunication again by Eagan, and that's a little frustrating for Eagan. The miscommunication plays.
It was a good breakup though. It was both Becker and Melskog on that one. Ooh, and Applegate will just throw it up there. Number 17, Sophia Burwald, is going to come down with it, and she just turns around and runs in for the touchdown.
And if that's, if you're Eagan, it's a little frustrating. You had 3 girls on that play there to make a tap or pull a flag, and nobody did it. But that's just a great play.
Yeah, right there. She just does a good job turning outside instead of inside. Eagan had more defenders inside.
Eastview going for the 1-point attempt here.
Oh,
it's a great breakup.
That was McCullen. That's a great play right there.
Yep.
Good to see Eagan still with some fight, even though they're down 27 right now. But like I said earlier, it's very easy to get back into these games. Eastview is probably in the first 10 minutes they had at least 20-some points. So it's definitely doable. We'll just see if Eagan can draw up some plays to get by this good defense.
For your Wildcats.
Here's Larson. He's going to throw it long here right away. That's Bumpers. Ooh. Just overthrew Bumpers a little bit. I think she maybe just turned around too early to catch that one. That was a good throw right there. But incomplete on a deep ball.
You're going to see Eagan go deep a lot now as, they're down in the game quite big. You got to score points. You got to score points fast. So
yeah.
Let's see what they do here.
Second down now for Eagan.
Carl looking like a third base coach out there, calling the signals for the wristbands on the girls. Eastview, they don't run the wristbands. I believe they just call the plays. Eagan use a wristband to hide their plays. It's cool to see the different strategies that they employ here.
Here's Larson looking long again. Oh, she's just going to overthrow. That was Becker there. Yeah, a little bit of an overthrow, but they're looking long right now. Every throw they're making is to the, the 30, 25-yard line. Yeah, just a little bit overthrown.
That was a good effort by Becker there to reach for it. Just a yard long there.
Yeah. Here's Larson. They got to get it here. It's third down. Another long shot. What a throw there. Oh. Becker had it down. Couldn't bring it down. It's a great throw there from Larson.
It'll be first down for
so that's going to be a turnover on downs, and Eastview's going to take possession of it. Yeah, we've seen a lot of that from Eagan today. Just receivers not coming down with balls. It's been a lot of good throws by Larson, some overthrows, but there's too many missed opportunities on offense. And Applegate's going to find 17, Sophia Burwald. She's had a few big plays already since subbing in the second half.
Tackle made by Heil there. Let's see what adjustments Eagan make to their defense again.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can get a couple picks now.
Applegate, and looks like they're just throwing them short here, which is different from what they were doing in the first half, but it seems like everything's working for them right now. That was Grace Ratz on the catch.
Yeah, Eagan backed up their players a couple yards off, and that, to stop the deep ball, which they've done. So Eastview's like, all right, if you're going to, put your players back, we're just going to take the dump-offs.
And there's a deep throw right there. What a catch. That was Burwald on the catch. That was perfect. Just Applegate just led the receiver right there.
Split the safeties. A little post route.
Yeah, that was a nice play right there for Eastview, and they score another touchdown. So they're at 52 points right now.
It's a great throw, great catch.
Offense has been on a heater in this one. And here they go for the extra point. Good break up there. That was Melskog. She's doing a good job on those extra points, not letting them get anything there. So Egan's just an even bigger deficit right here, and they got to get something going on offense if they want any chance in this one.
Got the music. Fans are getting hype here. We'd like to thank everybody that came out today to support these girls. I know it means a bunch to them.
Yep. Yeah, thanks to everybody watching and tuning in and just supporting ETV and Eagan girls flag football.
Yep.
This Larson looks deep. That's Eva Rice. What a catch there from Eva. She fell right as she caught it, but the important thing is that she held on to that ball.
Mm-hmm.
That was a beautiful throw there from Larson and a great catch from Eva Rice. Jeez, that was a dot right there. That's a good throw.
And way to hold on to it when you're falling to the ground there. You know, you fall to the ground, your shoulder hits the ground. It's easy for the ball to pop out there, but she had some good hands and kept on the ball.
Yeah, and we've seen that happen a couple times where the ball just pops out today. So good to see us hauling in those deep balls. Here's Larson. She's going to give the handoff. That was Jensen there. Couldn't really get anything going. Tried to change directions a couple times, but
a little more east-west than north-south there. A lot of running to the sideline.
Yeah.
Carl's probably telling them you got to run upfield, not to the side.
Seen that work a couple times today when they try to change directions, but for the most part, it's better if you go upfield. And here's Bumpers now on the end around, and she's going to sneak in there for the touchdown. So a quick touchdown here from Eagan. That's Bumpers. She's had a big game today.
Second time they ran that for Bumpers.
Number 16.
Little fake handoff, end around. Classic Eagan football there.
Yeah.
Wildcats going for a 1-point conversion.
So here's going to be the 1-point conversion. They're up to 25 points now on the day. Still trailing Eastview by a big deficit. But if they can keep scoring quick touchdowns like that, they should be able to get back into this one. And, incomplete there on the pass. That was a good pass from Larson, but just couldn't come down with it. Just targeting Becker there.
That's good from Egan. You like seeing that. 6 points. They'll take that at this point. Now the defense just got to get a couple stops here.
Yeah, we'll take any points we can get right now.
Absolutely.
Eastview's going to be rolling with the same squad out there on offense. Here's Applegate. He's looking long. Oh, good. Oh, that was great defense there from Becker, but just an even better catch. That was number 1, Jaden Ruzzy. She just took that ball. I thought that was a breakup.
Just jumped higher than everybody, high pointed the ball. Just took it out of the air. She said, "Give me that."
Oh yeah, she just pulled it away.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a good break up there from Melskog. She's done a good job on that, especially on the short passes.
Yeah, her responsibility is that flat area, that 5 to 10 yards past the line of scrimmage area, and she's done a good job covering that.
So second down here for Eastview. It's going to be a blitz right away. Applegate gets it off quickly. That's going to be about 6 or 7 yard gain there.
Yeah, the thing about the Eagan versus Eastview defense, the Eastview you see a lot of man and a lot of blitzing. They don't really run zone. As Eagan run a softer zone. And kind of, they want the quarterback to make the mistakes, and they just rely on him.
Applegate to throw. Third down here. She's going to look for the end zone. What a break up there. That was number 19, Abigail McGowan. And that was just a beautiful play there.
That's great effort, too.
Yeah.
Way to dive out for it, because that would have been a touchdown if she did not deflect that ball there. So fourth down for Eastview here. They have to go to the end zone. They have 15 yards to get there. Let's see what they draw up. Maybe a little trickery.
Yeah, what a beautiful defensive play there, though. And they're not going to get the touchdown. Just a short throw here. That was kind of surprising.
So that'll be a turnover on downs for the Lightning, and Eagan's going to take the field on offense again.
Yeah, surprised they didn't try for the end zone there. It seems like it's been working so far in this game.
Yeah, at that point, just throw it up and let your girls go get it.
Eagan's going to retake the field.
On their own 6-yard line here.
Here's Larson. Oh, can't complete that one to Eva Rice. She had an amazing catch last time out there. Couldn't hole this one in, but see if they can hit a couple more deep shots here. Need to score a lot of points. They need to score them quick.
That ball came fast off Piper's hands there.
Yeah.
Good throw, just a little bit too far.
Yeah, she's got a great arm on her though. It's impressive to see all these deep balls that she's throwing and how much velocity are on the passes. She's blitzed there, and she'll just let one deep. That's Eva Rice. That's a great throw there and a great catch. That was good defense as well, but Eva's just able to pull that one in.
It's a great throw by Piper. We've seen that all day today, those deep throws. Finally been able to catch them recently.
Yeah, just not fazed by the blitz whatsoever and just lets one fly, and that was perfect. Perfect play there from Eagan, and Eva Rice is really coming up clutch on these last couple drives. She'll need to take a moment to adjust her flags. Here's Larson. Ooh. Just overshot Herzog a little bit. It's all right, though. It's still just second down. They've got about 10 yards to go.
You don't got to go to the end zone on this play.
No. You can get it gradually.
Yep. Maybe we'll see another handoff, most likely. Probably a little sweep around.
So you get a few yards, bring it a little bit closer.
That's been working pretty well for Eagan, the jet sweeps, especially in the red zone area.
All the receivers are out wide here. Becker will come and mow. Oh, another end-around sweep. That's Bumpers who gets it again, and she'll just get a few yards there. Yeah, that's a good play call. You don't need it all there.
And that time Eastview knew it was coming. They were all over that.
Yep.
Only gaining about 3 yards on that play there. Be 3rd and goal on the 6-yard line here.
It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get a touchdown here. They need it. You need to start working back into this one. Here's Larson. She's got some. She rolls out right. She's going to try to take it herself. And she gets in there. Nice run there from Piper Larson.
We've seen her throw all day. We've never really seen her run. And, she proves she's definitely a dual-threat quarterback. That's just a great play. Great recognition, No one's open. I'm blitzed. I'm just going to take it myself.
Yeah.
Make one person miss and just go.
Yeah, just couldn't find anyone open. Okay, I'll do it myself.
Yep.
It's a nice play there from Piper Larson.
I believe they're going for the 2-point attempt on the 10-yard line here. Why not at this point if you're Eagan?
Yeah.
Why not? You're down so much.
As many points as you can get.
Yep.
They're only down 21 points now, though. A lot less than what they were down a little bit ago. Ooh. Just can't find anything there. Herzog tries to make another throw. She made a good throw earlier, just not as great of a throw there as that one's picked off. So they don't get the 2-point conversion, and Eastview will come back on. Eagan they've been playing pretty good defense as of recent, better than they did in the first half, so they are hoping to keep that rolling. They're going to need to.
The first game has been completed. We'll complete this game.
Rosemount versus Apple Valley finished up here. You can assume the Eagan wants to be done soon. We will go to a 10-minute break after this game, and we resume after.
Try to run a jet sweep there. Just stumbles right away.
I believe the quarterback and the running back collided feet there.
Yeah, that was
unfortunate.
Burwald. And with that play, they're going to call the end of the game. So the players will shake hands. Just a dominant performance for Eastview there. They're going to be hard to beat for any team.
No, but if you're Eagan, there's still positives to take away from this game. There's still a lot of things. We saw a good game from Courtney Bumpers. We saw a good game from Eva Rice. We saw a good game from Piper Larson. So there's definitely positives.
Yep.
So if you're Eagan, don't hang your head. You got a game here in 10 minutes against Rosemount. So
yep,
should be good.
We will take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back for Eagan versus Rosemount.